Culture Check. It's your boy CJ Akil, and I'm here with Ronnie G and Rami. Today we have a few special guests with us. We have
Faith and
William.
And our first topic is going to be long distance relationships. What's your take on it?
First of all, have any of you been in a long distance relationship?
I have.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I mean,
William is in one right now.
I'm in one right now.
Whoa.
Yeah, and how's that going for you?
It's tough. It's tough.
In what ways?
Because, you know, true love, you really want to see your gal or among them. So, you know, it's tough. I think that's the hardest part because you really want to meet up, but you can't. You know, you really want to see, really want to have that connection, but you can't. So I've been on the phone a lot to try and compensate for that. I mean, that. Yeah, leather. How do you say that?
Like lack of.
That lack of.
Like that emptiness.
Emptiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a real test of trust as well.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you know, like, I fucking know. But yeah, it's a real test of trust because obviously she's somewhere, you're somewhere, you don't really know what's going on, but you like to believe everything is good. Sometimes you hear some things but yeah, it's a hard thing.
Yeah, very hard.
So do you think that long distance relationships makes fights bigger than they actually are?
Yes, because both people are like very frustrated, so it just adds a lot.
Frustrated in what ways, Rami?
What pressure is that? Like you can't see each other, and you can't like.
Are you sure that's all you
You
meant?
can't do that thing.
Unfold her waist.
No.
For me especially when I just got out of a relationship last year, and it was long distance for a majority of the year, and it made every single fight that we had was just so much bigger than it actually was, because it'd be like, oh, that was back when Instagram would show if you've liked someone else's picture or something, like it's like, oh, who's this girl whose picture you've just liked? And it's like, it's my friend, I've known her for about 12 years now. So, and then it becomes a fight and she's like, oh, are you sure you're not doing this and that? And then it just becomes some big fight that lasts like 2-3 days. When you finally make up, then something else is also coming up, and it's just I ended up being really miserable for a majority of the time.
So do you feel like the relationship wouldn't be over by now if you were still there?
No, 100% not. Because like when you're in person, it's easier to talk through things.
Yeah.
You're right.
Nah, I mean, I've never been in a long distance relationship,
You've
so.
never been in a relationship.
I mean, yeah. So I feel like, honestly, I think it depends on the people. So if you're someone who is able to communicate effectively, then yes. Even though I do think, being together makes things easy, I do think it can also be a good test of your relationship. So a lot of people who have been successfully in long-term relationships, when they actually meet up and get together, they last a lot longer.
So what do you think of people who start the relationship long distance and then they meet up in real life?
Why not? I mean, it works for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. As long as
Yeah. That's true.
Starting long distance?
Like they start over there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But they're in different countries.
Yeah, or different countries, different states, or different parts of the same
I
country.
could never do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I've never been in that position.
I mean, yeah, I would never put myself in that position, to be honest.
But it must be really beautiful to see the person then in front of you, you know?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I mean,
when you finally meet after. I get it, because it's more of like an intellectual, connection that you have with that person.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just, oh, we meet, oh, you're hot as hell. Blah,
but
blah,
it's
and
funny
something
because
like
if you're meeting someone for the first time and then you already know everything about them, so there's
then it's not necessarily meeting for the first time, because you know them already.
Yeah.
So it's just seeing each other.
So I wonder if it's going to be awkward or something.
I think it depends on the people. Like, there's some, I'm pretty sure there have been couples where they were talking online and then they meet and they're just like, nah.
No, yeah, because I saw one video on YouTube. The guy, they were talking, I don't know if it was for a year or something. And then when they met, the girl was like, oh, you're shorter than I expected.
No.
And she didn't want to hug him and stuff. She didn't want to hold his hand, and it was just so awkward.
Imagine getting catfished after talking to someone for a whole year.
It happens for longer and.
Yo. Nah, that's crazy. But actually, it's funny because I just watched an animated series. Like there were two animators, they met online. And they made like an animation of how they met for the first time. It was so cute and they were really in love and everything worked out. So I do think it works, you know. I think you just have to be on the same wavelength and be honest at the end.
Yeah.
Well, I just feel like you shouldn't leave it too late to meet.
Yeah.
It should be like maximum like 3 months or something.
Maybe 6. Yeah.
6 is decent.
But like
it's
a year or something, nah, that's too much time.
Yeah.
Don't get engaged before meeting.
But I mean, like I guess it also just, it really is just dependent on like the people.
Yeah.
Because like, for me especially, like physical contact is such a big thing. Like for me in relationships, it's just like you know, like yes, there are things that like there are ways that you can connect with someone intellectually like over like the phone, but there's also ways that you can't connect with someone intellectually over the phone that can only be done in person. And like there's like little like facial cues and like you know like body language and the way people are like that you can't see over the phone. And then if I waste 6 months like talking to you and then we actually meet in person and like something you do is a turn off for me or like a red flag, then it's just like alright, well I've just wasted the last 6 months just being exclusive to you, even though
I mean at that point isn't it just like an advanced friendship? If
more or less.
Because if there's no connection, like.
It's very funny you said that because actually I talk to my girlfriend so much over the phone, but then when I meet up with her in person, sometimes she will have this certain look in her face, but it's like she's just chilling, you know, she's just vibing, but in my head it's like, oh, something's wrong. Yeah. Because I don't know, I haven't really gotten used to her facial expressions yet, or her body language. But there's nothing wrong, but in my head there's something wrong.
Yeah.
So it's really important to spend that time also together.
Yeah, people definitely have different energies when they're texting.
Exactly. That's
on
the
the
right
phone
word.
or even in real life, you know. So some people I vibe with in real life and then I text them, I'm just like, nah.
I can't text to save my life. Like I'm just so bad with texting.
Same here.
Bad texting.
Like I'm horrible at texting. Like I can't have conversations with people like through text. I don't know why.
Well, yeah. For me, I always forget to respond sometimes.
Forget.
No, like deadass. I just want. I know people say, you know, everyone's on their phone all the time, so if they don't respond, they're ignoring you. But like deadass, I'm not ignoring you on purpose. So.
But in reality, she's like, oh fuck, it's Rami.
What was it?
Because I locked eyes with the one I was saying it. So.
You can't say William.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sorry for airing you sometimes.
Nah, I just think it's disrespectful. If someone texts you, right, and you see it, and you're on WhatsApp, for example, you see it, then just text them, yo, I'm busy. Okay, I'm gonna hit you up later.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like it's not natural to always have access to talk to someone. Like as human beings, it's not a natural thing.
To be honest.
So then just say, yo, I'm busy, I'm gonna text you later, and then you have that distance.
Well, okay.
But don't leave someone waiting for like how many weeks and
weeks.
Weeks.
No,
Weeks is really bad.
We help people for weeks.
I'll put you on blast, man.
No, look, the thing is, I used to be, when I first got WhatsApp in like 7th grade or something, like I was always on WhatsApp. People used to text me because they knew Faith would respond fast. And after some point, I feel like WhatsApp is kind of like a job almost. You know, there's so many people you have to keep up with, and sometimes you're just busy and you have other stuff to do. And I forget, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. If I haven't responded to your text, just hit me up again. Just call me. You know, and I'm okay.
How do you feel social media affects your life?
Ooh.
You can start because you just said you like living.
Yeah, like for me, like when I'm like locked into things I'm doing in my real life, I turn all my notifications off because I don't want to I want it to be like if I get a message, it's because I open my phone, and if I respond to someone, it's because I open my phone and read it. I don't want to get a notification and like go onto my phone and keep on waiting to hear notifications. Like I need to log in.
Distracting yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So it's something I started like 4 years ago, and it's made my life much easier, to be honest.
That's good.
So what about you?
That's
I mean, you and I are both currently locked off of Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. We both deactivated
our Instagrams just basically because, well, for me anyways, it was more of I'm just tired of being on Instagram right now. Like I'm tired of recently I've been getting really into watching I lost a follower, I gained a follower, and I realized that I'm getting too locked into that and into followers and whether or not someone is following, when in reality I really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But then for some reason it's relevant to me.
Yeah.
So like I deactivated just so I could get a break from that and be on my, yes, I am still on Instagram with my Finsta, so I can just look at stuff. But like I'm not interacting with anyone on Instagram because like I'm just there for myself.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for me, I don't really use my personal Instagram because, like, at a point, like, if you have a personal Instagram, like, what are you gaining from it? Like, you're just posting pictures and then what?
I mean, if you're a content creator, like,
Yeah,
you
okay.
can push your stuff.
Yeah, but like, your personal Instagram, like, what's the point? But like, for me, I have to be on Instagram because of art.
Yeah,
and
with
stuff.
your art. Page.
And yeah, like as for the followers thing, yeah, I pay attention to it, but I don't pay attention when someone unfollows me. I just think about when people follow me.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying like I pay attention when someone follows, but like you notice when your followers go down.
Yeah, when it drops.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, my personal Instagram, like it's just going down and down and down.
Bro, I remember I went from like 950 to like 900 in like 2 days, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
Your followers
What's
are fickle,
happening?
bro.
You get cancelled or something.
Bro, I was like, what happened? Am I Jake Paul?
Bro.
Then I gained 30 followers in like 3 days, and then I was like,
Are you private?
No, I'm public.
Oh,
So people just like off and on, like following on.
Yeah,
following.
'cause,
It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm private and I have like some waiting list of followers.
yeah, when
I'm like, why is this person trying to follow me? Like, what do you want to see?
but that's the thing though, is like it's if like you've ever looked, if you ever like had like or like spoken to like social media like specialists, they'll tell you that it's better to be private because then
Yeah, people
are more like they're more
what's-
interested to
what's
follow
the-
you,
yeah.
and they feel like there's a consequence to unfollowing you because they can't just refollow you.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, actually.
Okay, well you don't post. You haven't been posting. on
Yeah, I
recently.
stopped posting in like the last time I posted was September, like end of September, and I just haven't felt the vim to really. I feel because posting something and then getting all the likes and then kind of keeping track on like which post did better and stuff like that. It can kind of get to you. I've honestly stayed off the app for like quite a while now, and I feel better. And I realize sometimes when I go on the app, just seeing all these pictures and like even comparing yourself it's so easy to compare yourself to people online.
Yeah.
So sometimes if I realize I'm comparing myself, I just get off the app and I leave it there. But if I'm in a good headspace, I think Instagram is also a really good like opportunity to connect with people. There's so many cool people I wouldn't have met or worked with or collaborated with if I hadn't had Instagram essentially. And I think if you are trying to build a portfolio or kind of showcase what you do, you should definitely have Instagram, but don't let it get to your head. I even had an app where I know this might sound weird, but I had an app where it kind of showed me like who follows me, like who follows me back and stuff like that.
I've seen that.
I had the same.
I've seen
Yeah.
that. I still have it.
Yeah.
It like shows you who's unfollowed you and
Yes,
shit like that.
exactly.
Or who like is looking at your profile today, or who like
Oh,
Who was looking at your profile?
yeah, like who was like logged on, who was like clicked onto your
That's
like
deep.
all of like your like interactions.
Oh really? It actually shows you the profile.
So,
really? Okay, I've not seen that one. That would be really interesting.
How do you
But
guys?
maybe not.
How do you guys feel when someone unfollows you? Like someone you know.
Hi.
I actually
I
take
mean,
it
like
personal.
I mean,
I
if
take it really
it's someone
personal.
close to me, then yeah, I'm
Like why would you? Like why?
Yeah.
What's the problem?
It's actually funny because when I deactivated my Instagram, one of my boys messaged me one of my boys in Canada messaged me. He's like, dude, why the fuck did you block me? And I'm like, I didn't block you. I deactivated my Instagram.
Yeah.
And I had to I felt obligated to follow him with my Finsta just because like I was like, dude, like look.
Well, yeah, I feel like it really depends. That's something I've realized. Like sometimes people just deactivate their account so it looks like they unfollowed you, but really they're just not there. But it really depends. Like some people I know unfollow you out of spite to be petty.
Yeah.
Like I had this friend where she was kind of a little flaky, and out of nowhere she kicked me out of some group, and even though it was her birthday group and her birthday had already passed, so I was like,
She didn't like remove anyone else.
I texted a friend, and asked her like, yo, what's up with and she's like, oh, she moved me too, and she's like, she blocked me on WhatsApp. I'm like, yo, what did you do? She's like, I didn't do anything. Anyway, this is a different story. So, bro, I don't know what
I'm
happened.
quite interested in that story.
Yo! I don't know what happened, but actually I'm not surprised because she has her own issues, so it's not really something I'm mad at her for, but it was kind of shady, and she unfollowed me on Instagram. And I was like, I know you unfollowed me because you wanted me to see that you unfollowed me, or you wanted to like prove something to yourself. In those cases, I'm kind of like, okay, you know, like I've got your message. And sometimes, I don't know, like normally people who I'm friends with or who I'm cool with don't unfollow me. If they did, I'd be kind of like, damn, did I post something weird? Which
So
I know
what
I don't. So.
What if someone in this room unfollowed you? How would you feel?
I mean, I feel better about myself too.
You feel better about
I'm
yourself?
joking. I don't feel like.
Basically said fuck all of you. Okay, that's good.
And although I don't take social media too seriously, like if my close friends unfollow me, I kind of like in my head I'm like.
Yeah, I'm like,
So
why?
have you had any?
I just
close
text
friends
you.
Unfollow you.
I unfollowed him once.
Why?
Nah, he did. He actually never unfollowed me.
I mean, I'm not following you right now because.
I mean, I deactivated my Instagram. So.
No, I unfollowed you before you did that.
Oh really?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for
I
that.
remember 3 years ago I unfollowed Ron and he messaged me. He's like, dude, why the fuck did you unfollow?
Ron actually keeps unfollowing me and
No, that was a
following
mistake.
me.
That was a
No, but
mistake.
it's happening.
No, it's not a
Now
mistake.
you don't have this app, and like it
Guilty.
shows you who like unfollowed you, and I think it might be the same app you
No,
have.
actually, I've never seen you unfollow me on the app. Actually, I think maybe one time, but even before I got the app,
I actually had to message you and tell you that
always follow me
like,
back.
I don't know what happened, but it wasn't my fault.
Yeah,
it really
no,
wasn't
no,
my
I
fault.
think-
You're lying.
Honestly,
You unfollowed it and you felt bad.
yo, to be honest, my pics are fire. So like, if you want to miss out, someone.
That's some good content.
Nah, for real.
Well,
Her content's actually, it's actually pretty good.
Thanks to.
Wow, I
A
mean,
good
yeah.
photographer.
Yeah, he's gonna have to take a few pics of me before he leaves.
Hey.
but I mean, you got Cash App, so
Oh shit! It's like that.
it's like that, man.
But to be honest, if someone I'm cool with unfollows me, I don't assume that there's something happening. You know,
Well-
if it's a shady person, then I. But if William unfollowed me, I'd be like, you know, okay, you know, there's nothing happening. I'd probably
Wait, what?
just ask him.
But he's your
That has to
brother.
be weird. That has to be weird.
No,
It just has to be
No,
weird.
if William unfollowed me, then maybe Instagram is like bugging or something.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean.
Because like definitely, there's been times where
What if he had like private beef with you that like he hasn't told you about?
William.
So like he did like you like message him and like, oh, did you unfollow me? And he just,
Is he your boyfriend or something?
Yeah, so okay. I mean, you know, if I know the person, I'd know if there was a problem. William's not really passive aggressive like
Yeah,
that.
if I had a problem with my sister, I would have unfollowed her.
Yeah.
That's honest.
So if he did, maybe, you know, some like his friend took his phone and thought it was funny or something. You know, I don't immediately assume it's something bad, especially if I'm cool with the person. Like we just talked yesterday, you know, and you unfollowed me today. I don't think something's up, you know. And like I think, did I text you? I was like, you're wrong, or you keep on following me like as a joke.
Yeah.
You know,
it was like
but
a
I
joke.
wasn't mad at him for
Wasn't
following
really
me.
a joke.
No, like that.
It wasn't really a joke.
It was.
She was butthurt.
Nah, it really wasn't.
Okay. Okay, so guys.
Yo,
Anyway, guys, so if you meet someone and you guys are like friends and they're like, oh, this is my Instagram, and you follow them and they don't follow you back, and then you unfollow them just to follow again, they still don't follow back.
I won't
I
follow
never
again.
do that.
I'll just unfollow
That's the thing
once.
though, is I don't like to get people's Instagrams. I'll give them mine and let them follow me, and then I'll decide if I want to.
Okay, but assuming you follow them and they don't follow back, are you friends? Like, are you?
What do you mean?
Like, let's say you follow them.
Then they were obviously just looking for followers. If you meet someone and they make you follow them and they don't follow you back, then it's like they're just looking for followers.
so what do you do basically?
I don't think I've ever not followed. I don't think I've ever like not followed someone back.
We've all not followed
when they
someone
follow.
back.
No, if I give them my
Oh, right.
my
Okay,
Instagram.
okay.
Not if like someone just randomly follows me.
Okay.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
as a girl though, high key, I definitely might have given someone my Instagram because
Why?
they wanted my number.
Just say no.
Yeah.
True, but to be fair, I had to learn that because I was not used to, like, I don't know if
You're not used to the attention though.
yeah, like I didn't know how to say no, and I like for me if I say no once, then that's it. But I had to learn how to like say no.
Yeah, some people don't take no
20
for an
times,
answer.
bro.
Those are the most
No,
annoying.
see, just say no and start walking away.
Yeah.
That's
Bro,
literally it.
Like if you say
Someone actually
no,
followed me home when I did that one time.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
mad.
Yeah.
then this one is a
Stalker.
different
Yeah,
topic.
shut
To
yo.
say something with following people. So one thing I noticed is we really need to watch out who we follow. You know.
Yeah, for real.
Because I noticed I was consuming a lot of negative
Like content.
exactly, and so when someone says,
Negative
"Yo,"
how?
like just bad for me, you know, like
Like emotionally.
Yeah.
So like depression.
Yeah, very, very, very. Because the thing is, I started comparing myself to people, and people were just spreading negative vibes. You know what I mean?
So you basically start to self-diagnose yourself with depression, and then you start to feel that way because you're constantly looking at that content.
Well, I mean, there are different factors in everything, but definitely I think Instagram was a factor, or is a factor. And that's why I wanted to say, like, with following people, it's not more like, yo, I don't want to follow you because, I don't know, like, you didn't follow me and stuff. It's just like, I'll look at your page, and if I say, okay, I can use this as inspiration, or I can use this as, I don't know, like, I can learn something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I can add something to it.
Yeah, exactly. Then I'll follow. But I really try and stay away from just following someone because, like, you know.
Okay.
It's because they followed you.
What if, let's say you're at a party, this girl comes up to you, she's talking to you, whatever, and then
I gotta go.
she's like, oh, no.
I'm loyal, black man.
No.
Black man don't
You really
cheat.
don't.
Hypothetically, you don't have a girlfriend in this situation. Okay? So,
Mary J.
no one's coming at you for this. This is a hypothetical.
Okay.
So, you guys talk, whatever, and she's like, oh, do you have Instagram? And then you give her you want to like get her number or something, but you're like, oh, do you have Instagram? And then you give her your phone and let her follow you. When you look at her page, all it is bikini pictures. Are you following back? That was kind of weird. That was leading. I don't know why I made that such a long story.
No,
It had
it
to
makes
be
sense. Like context.
situation.
Yeah, I mean, these things are situations.
It's just based off of what you said about following, based off of like content.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably follow, but I'll definitely try and talk to her and see where her mind is at, because many females, they be uploading those types of pictures to like
To become an Instagram model.
Yeah, the Instagram model.
That's
like
all it is.
I don't know, you know, and then they might have this certain mindset of I don't know, treating men badly or exploiting them for money, or you know, I don't know. So in a sense, I would like to talk to her and get to know her properly, and then
based off her answers, whether you'll follow her back or not. Okay.
I mean,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess follow back. And
what
then
if she
see
tells
I
you?
follow.
What if she tells you she's just trying to make a young 30K off of one post, meaning she's trying to be an Instagram model? Because essentially, that's what some of them make. They can make like $30,000 off of just one post.
Really?
Yeah, based off
A
ads.
sponsored post.
Yeah, sponsored
It's
posts.
crazy how much you can make out of
I guess that's true.
Instagram.
Yeah,
But I don't know, like, in a way, she's selling her body in a way. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously.
She is, but she's not.
She is and she's not. I mean, obviously there's like this gray zone, I think. Like, it's not my lifestyle in that sense.
Fair. It's all subjective.
Yeah, I mean, it's not by force.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for me,
I'm not judging in any case.
for me, when someone follows me and I don't follow back, like, I just feel really bad.
Yeah.
Because when I go to their page and I see follow back like written there, like,
Yeah.
I feel guilty.
Yeah, that's true.
So now merging those two topics, how do you think social media affects relationships?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
You know what?
Damn, both of you.
We're gonna cut that out.
Alright, so if I can start, one thing I noticed is being on Instagram, a lot of people expose their bodies and expose their money and expose their fame, which is very tempting for some people, for some individuals. And if you're constantly getting blasted with this type of content, people might get certain ideas of like, yo, why am I settling for less if I see all of these people, they have such nice bodies, or they have so much money, they have so much fame, why would I stay with this person?
Yeah.
You know? So that's what I'm saying, you really need to be careful. And obviously people are like, you can get discovered easier, I would say. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so if you have a lot of followers and people like start sharing your stuff, people would like DM you, and obviously it's a lot of temptation. But I mean, no one is DMing me. I'm not saying that. I'm speaking for my girlfriend.
Just has to make it clear.
Yeah, because my girlfriend actually gets a lot of DMs, and even you guys know he's a famous artist. He has like 2 million followers. He even DM'd my girl, and like hardy eyes and stuff. And she told me, I was like, oh wow, that's interesting, you know. And some females
just want to report this page.
no, but you know, some females they would, you know, take that temptation or like leave something good for something temporary or something crazy. I don't know. So that's what I'm saying. It's you need to be very, like trust and communication. I notice communication is so important at first until that trust is built.
Let's say I'm in a relationship with you. I don't feel like it's natural to talk to you every day because like it's not I feel like it's not in human beings to like
to see or
to have someone in your face that much
every time.
Yeah, because at some point you won't be together.
Yeah,
and with
like
social media, even then you can still keep on talking.
Yeah, because exactly. So it's just.
So you feel like social media has almost given us an obligation to be in constant contact.
Yes, exactly, and it's too much.
Okay.
Because like what at a point where you're going to talk about like how was your day? I did this, I did that. Like okay.
That's funny you said that because actually, that type of lack of topics to talk about, that lack of not excitement, that lack of energy in a sense. I noticed that with my relationship as well because we talk so much, like every single day. And after some time, it's like, yo, okay, what can we talk about?
Exactly.
And then like I don't know, issues start.
And then you feel like the relationship is not like as strong, but like.
But actually,
in a way, it's not natural. It's not natural because
you don't have to force it.
All of this.
If there's nothing to talk about, then don't talk.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, imagine social media came out like 1912 or something. We would know how it affects people if like how people start life today. So we don't know what is going to happen.
I mean, we kind of do it. That's why so many people are fucking blind.
I mean, we don't know for sure.
That's why people are blind like me. Looking at screens too long.
That's true.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, they do say that people who have social media are more likely to be, or are more depressed than other people, have more like depressing thoughts or have a lower self-esteem than other people.
Yeah, it's pressure. Like
because you're constantly looking at people with amazing lives or doing something great or someone that's traveling or shit like that.
Especially some people who look at social media like as a means of validation.
Exactly.
Like them getting likes equals.
It's because there's a physical number on your followers. There's a physical number on your likes.
That's why I think Instagram should take away that. Don't show how many likes everyone's getting.
Aren't they doing that?
It's a theory that they're looking into.
Yeah.
But I really think that they should do it.
I mean, for some influencers, it could hurt their business.
No, I mean they'll know how many people are actually liking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Instagram
you can check. But like if you go and post it, like you just
exactly like it wouldn't show, and like each person that posts it can check it.
No, but then the companies give you deals based on how many likes.
Yeah, and you can share that with the company.
They'll be able to know that.
Okay.
You know, the companies, the ads, and Instagram themselves should be able to know that.
Okay.
But everyone else is unable to see it. That would be good.
But
I feel like that would hurt Instagram.
How?
More. I mean, with all the brand deals and all of that, but I don't know. I'm just saying.
I feel like they're gonna make you have to pay to show it. That's how like the start.
That would be good too.
I think comments might be the new thing. You know, that you just check how many comments people are getting essentially. You know.
It's easier to get a like than a comment.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I feel like social media has also changed the dating game. In terms of like, some of these girls are on Instagram and they get like 10 DMs per week or something, or even more than that. So like they have more options. So like for guys who are like dating these girls, sometimes like they give them shorter, like how will I say it, like
trial periods.
Yeah, just because they have so many options. So like.
So you feel like it's too fast these days?
Like what exactly is too fast?
Like you meet someone, you talk to them, then it's over. You think it's too fast?
Yeah, attention spans are shorter nowadays, it's true. So yeah, I do feel that way. Yeah.
Me, I feel like also, you know, on Instagram, if someone DMs you, you know, it's kind of like, okay, so you saw my pictures, you know, and that's why you're DMing me. Already, you know.
It's on a superficial level.
Exactly, you know. So you're kind of like, you know, do I like. For me,
what's your intention?
Exactly. I know what your intentions are at the end of the day.
But I mean, isn't that the same in person?
Exactly.
It's like a guy is most likely to approach you based off your looks.
That's true.
Or how attractive you are to them. And then that's
but in a way, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Go for someone you're attracted to.
I mean,
I mean, you should ideally, you know, talk like want to be romantic with someone you're attracted to. Like imagine dating someone and they're like, like
But like on
personality's
Instagram,
bomb,
On Instagram, it's amplified because you get your best pictures.
Yeah. Or it depends. I feel like for me, I feel like okay, someone DMs me. First of all, if someone just says like, "Hey, like, what do you want me to?" Like,
hi.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, if I have like 20 people, if I have like 20 people saying like hi, I can't have an everyday conversation.
Yeah, but then you go off. I mean, that essentially people would go based off of who they're attracted to, or
exactly, yeah.
who you would see as more interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like based off of like their content as well.
Yeah,
So
I
you
feel
get,
yeah, but for then people have like private accounts, and then sometimes like they're a friend of a friend, so you don't want to be rude by like just airing them or
fuck
ignoring them.
that.
Exactly.
I don't know. Fuck.
To be honest,
Like you don't owe them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if whenever I see like followed by this person as well, I'll just ask. Like I'll go if like let's say like if like I didn't know you and like your friend like Rami followed you and like you messaged me on Instagram, I'd message him and be like, who's that? And then he'd be like, oh, that's this and that person. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Then I'd look at your call. I'd look at your page. If I'm not moved by it, I'd just be like, okay, well, fuck that.
Yeah. I think people sometimes take it too personal.
Yeah.
Like generally speaking, even in real life, like if you're in the club trying to dance and someone comes up to you and tries to talk and you're like, I'm good. They're like, yeah, why you acting like a bitch? And it's like, bro,
that's beta behavior though.
Bro,
people feel very entitled.
That's beta male behavior for real.
And they're not. And I feel like, with social media, that's the problem sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like you feel entitled to people's time. Or you feel like you know someone that you don't.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a good point.
For me, I think social media, mostly for relationships, has put pressure on people. Like, do you guys remember when what was it? When Travis Scott did that whole roses thing where he like filled like the house with roses. Then like females started using that as like a standard for if my man doesn't do this for me, then I'm out.
That's the thing too, because on social media people only put their best.
Exactly.
You don't see the other side.
And plus I don't think that a relationship should be built off of what material things you get from it. It should be based off of your connection with that person.
Yeah, exactly. And again, everyone's love language is different.
Exactly.
So some people, even if you fill the whole house with roses, they'd be like, hey, yo, who's gonna clean this shit up?
Like,
I don't care.
Like, are you
Exactly.
like, yeah, this is romantic, but can you fucking sweep?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't get that thing. Like, okay, roses and so.
No, okay, so I'm when I'm in a relationship, I'm a person that likes to give flowers. I like to like get gifts from my girlfriend, but I don't like to go to that level. But I have done things like that. Like
I mean that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying flowers. Flowers, okay, fine. But like
no, like, I mean, like,
on the
I know, like rose
bed.
petals on like the bed and shit like that.
Yeah,
like, I do stuff like that I did stuff like that for my ex-girlfriend. So like I understand that, but it's like it shouldn't be something that she expects.
Yeah.
So what you do it for?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do it for you if you want. So, but yeah, it should never be something that a part that your partner expects.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like, if you don't do this for me, then I'm gonna be pissed off type of thing.
Be normal.
Yeah, it should be a gesture that someone's doing. Then you should just fully appreciate it for what it is, a gesture. It shouldn't be, so you've done this for me now, so now this has to be like an every time thing. So it's like.
I think it's very important to again like set realistic standards in a relationship as well, because I think
just ignore.
Because I think sometimes, especially, I guess kind of ties into social media, but especially in the beginning, you're showing your best sides, or at least try and show their best sides, or do over the top things, and then in the relationship, it's like, you've changed. Meanwhile, you could never have kept that.
Yeah, it's not realistic for that to continue.
Yeah.
But and it shouldn't be an exption for it to continue. But
you shouldn't.
Because of social media, it's become that. It's like this is what you did, so this is now a standard.
Yeah. So I think, you can use social media to kind of learn about people's behaviors and try and see guys are talking about this, girls are talking about this. This is what seems to be like a general consensus, and try and better your relationships with people from that. But you shouldn't. I don't think you should try and copy people's flexes at the end of the day.
The thing is, another point is that people post that kind of stuff They do it intentionally for likes.
Yeah.
And that brings me to another thing. Like, what do you guys think of these YouTube couples and stuff? Because last time I saw a video on Twitter, it was like some viral video of some guy, and like they were arguing, some guy and his girlfriend, they were arguing.
Yo, I saw that.
They were arguing on camera. Like, so
that.
does that mean like you brought the camera, you set everything up, and then you're like, okay, let's start the argument? Like,
and you have to remember they edited that, like.
yeah, you sat down and edited it.
What the fuck?
I mean, obviously they posted it, so they must have edited it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, was the fight even real? Because like they were saying like some deep stuff.
Yeah.
But many aren't even real. Like they will do it for the money.
Yeah,
And then
a lot of
they'll
YouTube relationships are for clout.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's sad though. It's so sad. Why would you do that?
I swear Jake Paul got married to his
This girl.
to whatever. Yeah, that's
They got married.
Name? Yeah, they did.
Hold up.
Tessa or something.
No. That was his ex-girlfriend. Oh, remember?
The most recent one.
Yeah.
And then like later on.
This is story times.
Yes, and then later on he like posted like a video. He's like, this it was all fake, but thank you guys all for the money. And then
Apparently she's really like heartbroken. So
really,
yeah,
they were at like they had broken up, and they posted like video of them breaking up and shit like that. And then like they were like at a restaurant together.
To be honest,
and then he posted a video together, and then he's like, thank you guys for the money. This was all fake.
Really?
Blah blah.
Bruh.
You're such a cunt.
As soon as I saw that they were getting married, I had like it was fake to me. Like, you know, like those two, I don't think there's any way that they'd be attracted to each other, you know, because they both know that they're full of BS high key when it comes to, you know, so I was like, nah. But yeah, I don't know, I think, you know.
But to be honest, some of them are pretty cute.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like, yeah.
I think they capitalize off.
they're all aesthetically pleasing, but it's like, there's mostly no substance to a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like it's just for videos.
I think, you know, there's some really interesting like couple channels, like interracial couples and stuff, kind of talking about, you know, how was it meeting their parents, etc., like stuff like that. Or if you live in a different country, if it's not like about flexing on people, because there are a couple channels where they talk about how it is raising kids, and they kind of go through that.
Ace family.
Yeah, exactly. Well, would you say Ace family? Yo, nah.
I don't like them very much.
I saw one.
There's
I
so
saw one.
much.
I used to like them.
What's the Ace family?
Ace family. Do you know who Austin McBroom is?
Who?
Austin McBroom.
Nah. So I think one of
I'll
the
show you. I'll
biggest-
show you some of their videos after.
There's so much drama around the
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, I used to like them so much when like they first had L, but then
ever since then.
Yeah,
Since then,
I
it's
saw
just been
one.
down
I saw one
fucking
video. They were like, like they were acting like their house is just coming to be destroyed or something. I don't know if it's the same YouTubers, but they were acting like their house come to be destroyed, and then in the thumbnail they were like, and then like it was just some problem about like their garden or something, like whether to go with like
they clickbaited you.
yeah, like fam, they were acting, and like in the video they were like acting like they're about to die, and
Yeah.
like, oh my god, what are we gonna do?
Yeah. And I also don't know how I feel about, you know, having kids, you know, having basically a job from that young age and having to kind of act in a way, or
It's unnatural. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, I don't. Do their kids have to act?
I mean, you know, sometimes, often with these vloggers, they'll be like, okay, let's do that again, you know, just to kind of get a shot.
Yeah,
or they'll do like, not extreme things, but like they'll overdraw things just to get the shot and make it, you know, look entertaining and stuff like that.
Can you just play your PlayStation?
Yeah, like, you know, exactly. You
I
know.
swear all of the Ace family's kids have like over 300k followers on Instagram
Oh,
or some shit
really?
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure L has like 1 million.
Are they like some light-skinned family?
One of
Yeah, I mean Austin is like
Brown.
light skin, and like
I think the
Yeah,
mom
both
is
of them.
Latino.
yeah, no, she's Asian, I think, and like
What,
Latino.
Asian?
She looks Asian Latino.
Okay, maybe it's not the same
Yeah.
people.
There's another.
Probably not. I'll show you the videos after.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like it's too like. I don't know. It's just I don't like
Yeah,
the energy. I'm not
it's
into
not
it, so.
it's not genuine.
Yeah, essentially. You know, I think a lot of YouTube channels start off genuine and then they realize, yo, I have to keep this going,
Yeah.
and then it kind of dries out.
The energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were telling me something about KSI that when his fans meet him in
Yeah.
real life, they expect.
It's like the thing about KSI though is like he is just a genuinely insane personality, but he can't be that person all the time. no one really can be.
Yeah, sometimes you
And
just
it's like,
want to relax.
and that's perfectly fine. But it's like people expect him to be this genuinely insane character that's always shouting and all that. And like he says it himself. Like I think he like posted a video, was it a year and a half ago, where he was saying, I think it was when he took a break from YouTube or something, and he was like just saying like that he can't be that person all the time. Like yes he can bring that energy sometimes, but like if people notice sometimes he's really dull in like people's videos just because he's not feeling it that day, but he has obviously given his word that he'll be in the video, so like he's still gonna be there, but you know, he can't give that same yelling and always all this like insanity. And
so they just wanted him to shout.
Yeah.
I mean that's honestly I think that was why people followed him in the first place when like he was younger. Now his content is really dope, so like there's like more of a reason to follow him, but like back then it was like when
he was just relying on his personality.
2012 it was that personality, that yelling and all of that and all his rage like in FIFA, like that was why like people followed him. That's why I followed him anyway.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. It kind of forces you to be someone who you're really not, just because like it brings you money. Or
it's not exactly who you're not, but
if you're a content creator,
it's just
like
it's just not who you are all the time.
Yeah.
And like no one is the same person every moment of every day.
Yeah, that's true. Even like with friend groups, you can be a different person.
Yeah.
You know? Like, or even how you are at home versus how you are with your friends is probably also not always the same. You know.
So then you wonder which one is your real self.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all you at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, it's true.
Do you see the episode of The Breakfast Club with Will Smith?
Wait, what?
No.
Yeah, Will Smith.
Will Smith was on The Breakfast Club?
Yeah, he and Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, I actually wanted to watch it, but I haven't watched it yet.
He was talking about how like Will Smith, the personality, like that brings him money. And that's like how he started off and everything. But in reality, he isn't really that person. But
Yeah, because he's evolved.
Yeah, but like when you do it for so long, sometimes it's like you have like a split personality, because it's like this is the person that brings me money, but like this isn't who I really am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone expects
eventually
him,
you get tired of it.
yeah, and his fans expect him to be that way. So sometimes, like, you know, when he meets people and like he seems a different way, then they're confused. But like that's who he really is.
Yeah, and he's always meeting people
or
too,
something
so-
like that.
Yeah,
It can be so depressing, actually.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Wow.
and like in
At least
social
they have
media.
money, so.
Money-
money doesn't
money
solve
doesn't
Yeah,
buy happiness,
it's
bro.
better than not having it. So.
Yeah.
I remember there was a saying. It's like you could either cry in a Lamborghini
Or cry on a bicycle.
Yes, that's it. I mean, I'll cry on a bicycle. Fuck it.
Huh?
I mean, it depends.
Get a good workout in. Get my calves in.
But yeah, I think it depends. Like if I had to choose between being happy and not having money, then I think that's the obvious choice. Because I think we want money to be happy, right? So if you get money,
We associate
I
money with
mean,
happiness.
you can have a
because
normal
we
amount
wanna
of money
be
and be
comfortable.
happy.
exactly.
What's
Yeah.
normal?
Like a normal, like.
Normal meaning you're comfortable. Like you're not. You don't
Yeah.
lack.
You don't want
anything.
more.
Yeah.
You don't lack anything. It's
Yeah, you're just
normal.
content.
Yeah, I'd rather be happy with what I have and not have to deal with the downsides of fame necessarily than have an excess amount of money and
To be honest, there's never an excess, I noticed.
Yeah.
Because you can.
Yeah, I mean,
you can,
to be honest.
Because you can use, like, if you don't need that money yourself, there are people out there who need it. So.
Yeah, it depends on your lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. So.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
but-
think I feel like fame can be a hassle only if you let it be a hassle. Because I feel like
Yes.
the way I see like a lot of like famous people that I follow is like they don't seem to let it be a thing for them. Like especially like the people that I actually follow, like KSI for example. He really doesn't give a fuck what anyone says about him. Like when he loses subs, when he like loses followers, when people are hating on him, when there's literally just mad like a lot of tweets about like even at like the first Logan Paul press conference when like everyone was booing him because it was in LA and it's Logan Paul's turf, but he's just there talking his shit, prancing around the fucking stage like he owns it, like he's content in where he is because he knows what everyone else thinks doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. Because you just have to not take it so seriously.
I feel like if I had fame, I would just not give the slightest shit what anyone else thinks about me.
And also, it's if you put yourself too much, you give too much of yourself, you give too much information about yourself.
Exactly. But even then,
Yeah,
like,
even then,
what,
still,
what can
because
it really hurt?
at least you're famous, so like there's always a baseline of information that everyone has. But like, if you don't do too many interviews, you don't say too much. Like you let your work do the talking more. Like somebody like Travis Scott, yeah, man. Like he doesn't do interviews and stuff. So
Yeah.
That's all.
people don't really talk about him. Like they just talk about more.
He
Like
did have a side chick for fucking
apart
5
from
years.
that. Apart from that.
No way.
That was true.
Yeah. Well, Kylie was technically his side chick.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was seeing his side chick.
But what I'm saying
before he
is,
met Kylie.
what I'm saying is, if I was famous, I would want my work to be more famous than my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when it comes to fame, I'm thinking also like about security and stuff like that. So I do kind of see fame as a price you pay for everything else you gain from it. But I do think you can manage it at the end of the day, and I do think you have to. If you do get famous, you definitely either have to already have balls of steel or grow them real quick.
Alright guys, that's all the time we have for you today. Just please leave a like, subscribe, and tune in every Sunday for more of Culture Check.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Peace.